Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this new episode of the Traveling Links.
The Traveling Links.
And in today's episode, we're gonna go through the list of the top 10 cities I've been to. You know, I've been to many cities and many countries in this world, but this is my list for my favorite top 10 cities. But before that, let me introduce to you my little son, Danny. So, first in my list is Istanbul. It is a very beautiful city, well known worldwide, and it is the gate between Asia and Europe. And it lays on a very important canal between the Bosphore and Dardanelles. And it was since the dawn of history a very important city, Constantinople, and then it was named as Istanbul when the Ottoman Empire took it from the Byzantine Empire. It's very charming because it has its own Turkish local traditional face, and it also has a mixture of Oriental touch and Occidental touch. And of course, you will have to visit it because it has many places like Hagia Sophia, many other places, very, very famous, the Blue Mosque, etc. And it has also a very nice food, typical Turkish food, which is also very well known worldwide. So Istanbul, I visited Istanbul since I was a child. We were going during our summer vacation many times to this beautiful city and also the southern west coast of Turkey. So yeah, Istanbul is one of the places to be. It's my opinion. It's my list. It's subjective, but a little bit objective because you will find Istanbul as one of the most famous touristic destination worldwide. Number two in my list is Lisboa. In my opinion, when I first went to Lisboa in 2004, I was really fascinated by the beauty of it. It's so beautiful. The center is a jewel, and those very famous Portuguese orange roofs, and also a very Gothic city. There is also in the neighborhood or a little bit out of Lisboa. Its name Belém, which is Bethlehem, but Belém in Portuguese. It's so beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful capitals of Europe, believe me. Even the tramway is Gothic. So, and it was so beautiful. Really, I was flabbergasted from the beauty of Lisboa. I will definitely put it in my list and highly recommend you to go and visit it, guys. Number 8 will go to Melbourne in Australia. Australia is a very beautiful country and a very beautiful continent, but Melbourne has a special thing in my heart. When I went in 2012 to Australia, uh, my first my first stop was Melbourne, and I stayed there for about a week. And my Australian Taiwanese, originally Taiwanese friend, she showed me around because she was living in that city, and it's a beautiful city, and it is so lovely because it has its own Australian local thing and also a modern city. You would see also skyscrapers and modern buildings, and at the same time, it has very fascinating buildings, and it's very lovely. I've been also to Sydney, and I've been to Canberra, and I went to the Blue Mountains and also to Perth. And Perth is so beautiful, but it's small. And Melbourne for me is one of the most beautiful cities in Australia. For me, it is the most beautiful city. So don't miss it. And you will find when you go 40 kilometers, about 40 kilometers out of Melbourne, and while driving, we were seeing the skippies, which are the kangaroos, jumping, jumping around the car. It's amazing. Australia is so beautiful, guys. So beautiful. Number 7, Prague. Now, Prague, some people will say, oh, why you are not involving Paris or London or Madrid? They are all beautiful capitals, but Prague is so fascinating because it's the capital of Czech Republic, but there is nearly impossible to walk in the center without seeing some astonishing and so beautiful, gorgeous buildings or structures or cathedrals, or it has a big heritage. And it's also on a river, so whenever you will visit it, whether you are roaming on it in the morning or in the evening, it is a jewel. And it is one of Europe's most beautiful capitals, absolutely, subjectively, and I guess objectively as well. Number 6 will go to Moscow. Now, let me tell you about this. In the year 1997 till 2002, I spent my university years in Russia. And I was in a beautiful city between Moscow and Rostov called Voronezh. Russia is a big country, so it was distant, quite distant from Moscow. But I had the fortune to visit Moscow during my staying on those 6 years in Russia. I've visited it at least for 7 or 8 times. And it's so beautiful that I remember that I had this feeling. Let me describe it to you. When I first went to the Red Square, I felt my heart beating so much, and I felt really that every cell of my body was, so overwhelmed with the beauty and the glorious of the Red Square. Then the funny thing that happened with me every and each time of these 7 or 8 times I revisited Moscow, every time I would go also to the Red Square, and it was the same overwhelming feelings. It was as if it is the first time, although it's the 8th time, but it would be as if it's the very first time, the same adrenaline rush and, euphoric sensation. It is so beautiful. And one of the most beautiful, it's a very big capital and city. It used to have all the glory of the ex-Soviet Union, and it is still Russia's one of the most beautiful cities in all Russia. And I would highly recommend you to go to Stary Arbat, which means the old Arbat. It's also in the center city of Moscow. It's very European, very Russian-like, and very, 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 very beautiful place to walk around, all right? And it will give you a little slice of what I am telling you about Moscow. So Moscow, definitely number 6 in my list. Number 5, Rome, Europe's most beautiful capital. Rome has nothing to describe because it's from La Fontana di Trevi to the Vatican City to Vittorio Emanuele II building, to the Colosseum, Il Colosseo, to the Roman Forum. Rome is amazing. It is a must, because no matter what you will do in Europe, Rome is really, in my opinion, and again, I'm sorry to say objectively, is Europe's most beautiful capital at all. Like there are no other capitals that will compete with Rome. And of course, the Italian cuisine is amazing. So when you will go there, you will be overwhelmed and fascinated by the beauty, by the heritage, by the culture. It's one of the oldest cities also, with ancient history and culture. It was the capital of the world in the ancient world. So Rome is Rome, and all roads leads to it. And you should never miss visiting Rome in your lifetime, because it is a must. It has to be visited by each and every one when this is possible, because it is absolutely gorgeous, absolutely wonderful, absolutely outstanding and breathtaking. Number 4, Cordoba, or Cordoba as in Arabic, or Cordoba as the Spanish would pronounce it. So all Andalusia is an amazing, I think it is easily can be ranked one of the most beautiful regions, if not the most beautiful region in all Spain. But Spain is a vast country and every place has its own beauty. But Andalusia is Andalusia. It's amazing. I went almost in every famous city of Andalusia. I've been to Cadiz, Cordoba, Sevilla, what else? I don't remember, but I didn't go to Granada. That was the only famous city that I missed. But some people will say, well, Sevilla is the most beautiful place in Andalusia because it's also the capital of Andalusia. In my opinion, Cordoba has something more beautiful and powerful. And by the way, you will eat the most famous and most delicious tapas in all Spain. You will eat it in Andalusia. I ate the best tapas and I've been almost everywhere in Spain. But the most, I would give the number one tapas to Cordoba and number 2 to Sevilla. Then the rest can be in competition, but it was delicious, guys. One of the most landmarked and most famous amazing jewels and wonderful architecture is the big mosque, which used to be a cathedral. And then when the Umayyad period of the Islamic invasion to Spain, they also they turned it into a mosque. So it kept the glory and beauty of the cathedral with the touch of and all the glory of the Islamic civilization. So when you will go to this marvelous legendary architecture wonder, there is nothing to describe. You will just go and be amazed. So make sure not to miss Cordoba, because it's a very, very beautiful place and it is a must. And number 3, Como and Como Lake. Well, I lived 15 years in this beautiful city, and my 2 sons, Sami and Danny, were born in Como. So it has a very special piece of my heart. And it's also objectively this time, not subject. My list is subjective, but objectively, Como is one of the most beautiful places on earth. It has this lovely mountains and hills, and Como Lake is absolutely fascinating. Como, it's not a very big city in the northern part of Lombardia, and Como is also a border city with Switzerland. And it's so gorgeous and beautiful. No wonder why the most famous George Clooney had a villa in Bellagio. It's also in Lake Como. It is also famous for its center and the lake and Gelateria del Lago. It's one of the most famous and tasty gelato ice cream all'italiana you would ever taste. And please roam in Como in the center. It's amazing with its Duomo and all the beautiful places, and take a boat trip to see the whole lake and have several stops. Another little city town that took a big piece of my heart, and I lived there, and it's almost attached to Como. It's called Cernobbio. So make sure you will visit Cernobbio and its lake view. It's amazing. So yeah, Como is the place to be. Please go to Italy, visit Rome, but never miss Como. Unexpectedly, number 2 is Beirut, Lebanon. Beirut is the capital of Lebanon. It has all, in my opinion, of course, and this is also my second half, of my origins. I'm Syrio-Lebanese. It's my mother bloodline. She's a Lebanese, and I went to Beirut many, many times when I was a child, and it was also my destination for my engagement. And it had wonderful memories. Beirut was before the civil war that started in 75 and ended in the 90s, early 90s, and it lasted for 15 years. Unfortunately, it destroyed Beirut, but after the 90s, they rebuilt it and it became even more beautiful. Of course, prior to the Civil War, it was called the Switzerland of the Middle East, or Paris of the Middle East, whatever, and it has a reason for that. Its own location on the Mediterranean Sea is amazing, and it has a modern style and the Lebanese Mid-Oriental, Middle Eastern style, and it has also Al Rosha's Rock, that is a beautiful place. And it has many things to see and many places to be visited. It's a beautiful city, beautiful people, and wonderful food. Actually, Lebanese and Syrian and Jordanian, Palestinian, the Levant food is one of the most unknown food in the world and underestimated, but it doesn't, in my opinion, it competes with a very famous worldwide cuisine, such as the Italian one. So you really have to go and see it for yourself. It's beautiful. And you have to visit Beirut for sure and discover it for yourself. And number 1 in my list, the most beautiful city in the whole entire world, is Rio de Janeiro. I went to Rio de Janeiro in 2012 during the carnival. It was in the month of February. I stayed in this beautiful city for 2 entire weeks, and I think I didn't miss anything in that beautiful city. And I think I didn't leave any stone unturned. And it's so beautiful. It has everything. Why I think it is the most beautiful place, most beautiful city, because the nature is awesome. It's you have the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the beautiful beaches of Ipanema and Copacabana, and of course it had the hills and the Corcovado. When you will go in a visit to visit the Christ, the Corcovado statue, you will go up on the hill and you will have a panoramic, fantastic view of the whole city. It's so beautiful. It has everything to make it very special. Lovely people. They are always happy. You will see them dancing, and the of course they have the Sambodromo in Rio de Janeiro is one of the most famous ones, and it's like about two football campus, so it's so big. And I went there. It's once in a life event that you should try to do or not miss. During the carnival, I went at 8:30 p.m. and I finished at 3 a.m. But of course, that would go until 6 or 7 a.m. So it was fantastic, fantastic, endless show, endless beautiful people, beautiful Brazilian samba, and they did even a show with capoeira. You will see everything that Brazil is famous with. You will see it during the carnival, and it's not only in the Sambodromo, because when you go to Copacabana or Ipanema, you will see that people are every night they go and they celebrate it, and it is a fantastic, really experience. Another thing that is so beautiful, I don't remember, like I will try to translate it from Italian, la canna di zucchero. It's like the sugar cane. It's a kind of the hill in the near the beach of Copacabana, and they did a teleferic also between the two rocks, and it has a different view also on the hills and the ocean and a part of beautiful Rio de Janeiro. So when you will reach the peak, you will have some awesome panoramic view. Not to miss also the Caipirinha and the beautiful Brazilian food. So yeah, Rio de Janeiro is really for me and for many people, it's the most beautiful city on earth. So please do it, don't miss it, because you will understand what I'm talking about once you go there and you live the experience for yourself. So this is it for today. Please remember, as always, to subscribe and like and share this video. And I hope to see you very soon in another episode of the Traveling Links. So peace and love for you. And this is the Traveling Links saying to you, bye bye.